Dates with the Mavs. Every game, it's all the same. They lose to the Blazers in clutch. How good is Max Christie? Daniel Gafford, all-star voting for Daniel Gafford, and more on today's Locked On Mavs.
This is Cooper Flagg, and you're listening to Locked On Mavs.
I think that's a good question. Good morning, Isaac.
You are Locked On Mavs, your daily Dallas Mavericks podcast.
No one's dying.
Part of the Locked On Podcast Network.
Still can't.
Your team every day.
I'm going to get a city like that.
You are Locked On the Dallas Mavericks. This is one of your hosts, Isaac Harris. Cover the Mavs for the last 10 years alongside my good friend, Nick Inkstead. Thank you for making the Locked On Sports Podcasting Network the number one sports podcasting network out there. Today I'm joined by Slightly Biased from the great Slightly Biased YouTube channel and over at the what network? You want to give it a shout out? What's the network? The Haymaker Network. It's Slightly Biased. Let's go.
I'm a little bit grumpy tonight. It's almost 1 a.m. These start times are trash. I hate them.
Yeah.
Every West Coast game should start at 7 o'clock West Coast time. No excuse, no matter what. And I just don't get why everything's so catered to them. I have no clue. Like, why do we need an 8:30 local start time for Portland? Why does that make any sense?
I love that we're getting Grumpy Cat slightly right off the bat.
It's just so annoying to me. Like, the Mavs are about to play a game in a few days against the Kings that starts at 10 p.m.
Yeah.
What are we doing with that? That's horrible.
Yeah, if my kids have been asleep for a couple hours and it's like the game is about to tip off, and I was like, I was talking to my wife. I'm like, yeah, I'm about to heat up some of the leftovers to eat like a late dinner. And she's like, we're about to go to sleep, right? Like in an hour or so. I'm like, oh, I'm going to be up for another like 5 hours, right? So this game hasn't even started. What are we doing? So yeah, the Mavs lose to the Blazers in overtime, or not overtime, in a clutch game. God bless. Thank you that this game didn't go to overtime. Why does every game feel the same right now? Why does it feel like that dumb 50 First Dates movie, Adam Sandler, and I forgot her name, but why does it feel like that game or that movie?
Because every game is the exact same. They come out the gates and look dreadful, and you think to yourselves, dude, are they going to win another game this year? And then they turn it on in the second quarter a little bit, and then the second half they look much better. And every game, no matter what the score is, at any point will turn into a clutch game. What is it? Now, this was their 26th clutch game, I think. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
They've played 33 games. So, like, think about that for a second. 7 of their 33 games have not been clutch games. So it is the same thing almost every single time. You know, all right, maybe we'll get a big Cooper game tonight. But outside of that, like, none of these guys with AD out are like big time scorers. Like, you're not going to get a random. You'll get like a 22 from Brandon Williams here or 25. But you're not going to get like can this person pop off for 30, 40 tonight? Like, you're not getting that from anybody. And you know the flaws of this team that will play out over the course of a game, every game, and what their strengths are that they'll tap into every game. But that's pretty much it.
Yeah, once they gave up, 42 points in the first quarter, this Portland team is 22nd offensive rating in the league, and you give up that in the first quarter. I was like, this could be a long night. And, you know,
it was
it's just
a long night. It's 1 a.m.
That's very true. What was this broadcast? Like, what was this whole production experience that Peacock put out?
Seen these yet?
No, I mean, I thought beyond the like baseline or the like sideline analysis, whatever, which I don't even, yeah. Like even some of the production stuff and like graphic rolls were off, and I was like, what, and laggy, and I'm like, what are we doing right now? Like nobody wants to be here this late. All right. So let's just all log off.
Yeah, the bench, the commentating booth thing, just the play-by-play guy, and then the two, Jamal Crawford and Austin Rivers in this instance, being on the other team's benches. It looks a little goofy. I understand what they're doing, but it was pretty funny the first quarter. Jamal Crawford's like, yeah, just listen in on the huddle. Jason Kidd wants him to, limit 3-point shots. I don't remember what he said. And then Austin Rivers goes, yeah, I'm going to be honest. I didn't listen to the huddle. I was talking to Dame. And I'm like, why are you even on the bench?
Why are you here? Yeah, at the end of the
whole
game,
gimmick.
it was like it's like going into the clutch moments of the game. And they went to Crawford first, and they're like, what did kid say? What was his instructions? He's like, limit turnovers, and they're solid right now. It's like, what?
Yeah.
That's it. But my favorite part was Brandon Williams did the sham god on Hanson Yang, and Jamal Crawford literally just goes, he hasn't seen that since he came over. I was like, all right.
That's hilarious.
all right. What are we doing here right now?
That's probably true.
Yeah, it was at one point in the second quarter, it was 31-48. Portland was winning. Reminder, no Anthony Davis, no Kyrie, no Lively, no Jerami Grant, no Drew Holiday, no Scoot, no Tybal. No Dame, but I don't know if you count that.
No Chris Murray.
Yeah, no Chris Murray.
He starts for them.
I thought Clay was just ultimate green light at times. It was just like, dude, whatever minutes I get in, I am going to chuck him, which I don't know what he ended up finishing with, because at the end of the game, he actually like kept him in it and was like, gave him a shot to win the game.
Yeah. I mean, when you don't have any shooters on the floor,
Yeah.
you're one lone shooter, because him and Max don't really share minutes too often. So you're one lone shooter in any given lineup. Yeah, I don't mind it at all. If I'm the coaching staff, I'm like, dude, just chunk him up there.
Yeah.
Like,
okay,
shooting a contested three is better than a lot of shots we're going to get.
Can we gush about Max Christie just for a second?
Yes.
Because, yeah, I think this season is going down the drain and all of that But on a positive note, I think one of the things I'm looking at with this team over the coming months is like who's going to be here next year? Like who could fit around Coop? Who can maximize Coop? Who can be at the top of their game alongside a guy like Cooper Flagg? Which luckily Cooper can fit with with almost anybody. I think Max is playing incredible basketball right now, and then two, he has 25 in this game. He hits 5 threes. I'm just so high on like what he can be in. I'm not trying to like do like a comp like ceiling type of thing for him. It's just when I think about you have a guy like Cooper or any type of cornerstone on your team, I feel like everybody's saying, "Hey, can we have some 3-and-D guys around them?" And I think Max is one of those guys, and he's so young.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's somebody that fits really well next to anything you want going on. I think he kind of is I think he can be a starter on a really good team. I don't think there's anything probably more than that to tap into for him. I just think he has like role player-itis, where it's just, I don't know if he has that mental green light, that guys who take the next step do have, where it's like, nah, I'm going to shoot 23 times tonight. Like that's just how it's going to be. Like, I don't think Max has that. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but that's been one of my gripes on here after every game is it's like, why is Max Christie shooting 2 threes tonight? Like it's not always his fault, because he's, this team is so poorly spaced that he doesn't get a lot of opportunities, but he's somebody who should always be shooting 7 threes in a game. Yeah. He can do this.
Yeah. And they start Ryan Nembhard in this game and they end up replacing him in the second half with Brandon Williams. But I think for me, it's like for a while now, or since they drafted Cooper, it was kind of like, all right, Cooper Lively. And it's like, we got to make sure we keep Lively around. He's a young piece. And now it's kind of transformed a little bit for me of, oh, well, we got to keep Max around him too. Like we got to keep a piece like that whenever he's this young.
Yeah. And he's definitely, Lively's injury sucks. I'm not as bullish on like the Mavs young core as some other Mavs fans are, just truth be told.
I just put this on the rundown on the side of the screen. Mavs have a young core, ? You're like, no.
Well, do we want to go to break and then broach that topic?
Yeah, let's go to break and let's actually talk about that one. This podcast is brought to you by our friends over at Game Time. During basketball season, there's nothing like being in the building, the energy, the crowd, the first big run that gets everyone on their feet. Fans want to be there for those moments, not stuck refreshing screens or guessing what tickets are really going to cost. That's where Game Time comes in. The Game Time app gives fans the advantage back. making it incredibly easy to score amazing tickets, fast, simple, without the guesswork. Browsing the Game Time app is straightforward and intuitive. Finding tickets takes just a few taps. One of my favorite things about it is the prices include the fees up front. I hate checking out with tickets and stuff online, and then there's all these fees at the end. Game Time helps out with that. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use the code LOCKEDONNBA. That's LOCKEDONNBA for $20 off your first purchase. Download the Game Time app today and get in on the action.
Shut it down! Let's go home!
All right, slightly. The Mavs have a young core. Even if it's like Cooper and Max, is that a core?
No.
Oh, dang. I was trying to be positive.
I think young cores have to have like, well, I guess. If you want to lump Lively in there, yeah, sure. I think that could be considered a young core.
Oh, man. If Lively was healthy, then yes, it would.
Yeah, going into the season, I was probably way more bullish because of Lively. And I just thought Lively and Cooper, that right there, like that's a very good young duo to have moving forward. Obviously, you can't rely on Lively anymore. Outside of that, like I love Max. Like I said, I think he's just like a potential elite level role player, which is great. Like you need those guys on your team. So I'm not taking anything away from that. But then outside of that, it's like, B-Ball's 25. Like I see him, people lump him into a young core conversation. Like he's 25. Most of these guys are like 26. And then Nimby, maybe we jumped the gun a little too early on him. In some
on Ryan Nembhard.
Yeah,
it might not work out of the Cooper Nembhard with the Brunson and Luka memes. It might be a little off on that one, but no, I like Nembhard. But I think he's like a third guard, a backup type of guard. I hope that he does get a standard contract. That none of that changes, but some of the takes flying out there of, hey, Ryan Nembhard's like hey, what are they going to do with Kyrie now? With Ryan here, and it's like, okay. Gafford had a good night tonight. Is Gafford on this team past the deadline?
So to me, he's the easiest. We just got like maybe a lottery protected first from some contending team. So if I were running the team, no, probably not. And that's no disrespect to him, but it's just like, look, like he's a rim running big who's now in this very weird spot where we don't have great pick and roll guys.
Yeah.
And, if I'm looking at it from the, if we're trying to win, then yeah, we need him because we don't have any other bigs. Lively's out for the year. AD's in and out the lineup. Like we're staring down the barrel of starting Dwight Powell if we trade Gafford, but that just might be
him and Cisse.
Yeah. Him and Cisse. Maybe you convert Cisse, who's been solid at times. Like, yeah, but Gafford's your most tradable piece.
Christian Wood's looking for a team.
That's true. Christian Wood, the reunion. When you're 12 and 22, like your most tradable piece should be getting traded.
Yeah, 12 and 22, 10 games under 500. There's only two teams in the West with more losses than them, the Kings and Pelicans, and they're just a couple losses behind. If the Clippers keep on winning, they're going to pass them up here. And
Clippers are way better than Mavericks right now.
That's sad right now.
Well, the Clippers have been better than their record for a while, and it's just now resulting in wins, though.
Denny Avdia, pretty good.
Man, that whistle is obscene. Like, if we want to talk about whistles, that one is crazy. Because he has that frustrating play style where I'm just sprinting to the basket. Yeah.
It's like, hey, I'm gonna try to do the Giannis drives, but I'm not Giannis's size. So then I'm just gonna like bulldoze into you and then be like, well, I didn't get the call.
Yeah.
But he pulled off some crafty moves tonight, and his outside shots going down. I think he's improved so much, and yeah, it's like Washington kind of just gave up on him in a way.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely like in the pick and roll where he had some possessions where I was like, geez. He's like really good at that, which is a little bit surprising for his development that he got to that point as a pick and roll ball handler. Yeah, Washington's probably looking at that and thinking, because how old is he? Like 24?
I think so. Washington's like, well, at least we have Corey Kispert.
Is he still on the team?
I think he's still on there.
Is he hurt or something?
Have you ever been to a Denny's before?
Maybe. That's the Grand Slam, right?
I think so. It's like one of those breakfast spots. It's like Denny's or IHOP. Which one?
Definitely IHOP, but that's just that's where I went. I don't know if I like have a strong stance on which one's better.
All right, Denny's, IHOP, or Cracker Barrel?
There's something about Cracker Barrel I hate.
You're a hater on it?
Just hate being in there. Feels weird.
Okay, we'll take the. So you were pro new brand for Cracker Barrel.
I was pro. Am I the target audience for this place? Probably not. Like, my grandparents love Cracker Barrel. How about that?
Yeah. There's a bunch of jokes I want to make right now, but Mavs come back at the end. There's that offensive foul. Okay, I will say this: I hate that offensive foul when a player's driving and swings the arms. And I was glad it was called on Denny. That's great, but when that's called the other way around, I was like, I hate it when it's called on a Mavs player.
Yeah, I mean, getting hit in the face is almost always going to result in that call. Because I don't know because when a player gets hit in the face, they're out of the play. Like there's no like flopping. Like it's just an instinct to be like, oh my, I just got hit in the face. Like you're not recovering off of that. So that you almost have to make a call when a guy gets hit in the face like that. That's
gross. Did Cooper make the right play at the end, passing it to Naji?
Yes. I mean, what else? He kicked out to a wide open shooter. Like help came. He was 6 of 20. Maybe you can argue and just be like, yeah, he needs to take that shot every time. All right, maybe in games to come, he does take that shot. But you swing out to a wide open 3-point shooter every time, in my opinion.
I know that, and that's the thing. I try to tweet something about it, but I watch a play like that, and I'm like, man, that's the stuff that's like not normal about Coop, about a guy that's like 19. That it's like game on the line, clutch moment. A lot of times you see just the like forced crap from like young players at the end. It's a step back three. It's it's just some wild shot trying to drive to the basket and try to sell a call or something like that. Dude just like gets to a spot there, draws the delt, turns around, hits the right play to Naji, wide open. And it's like, yes, Naji missed it, but it's like, dude, a teenager's just making these like right plays in a clutch. It's like no moment is like too big at all.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it was a rough game for him. Just thought a lot of shots he usually would make didn't go in, and that snowballed a little bit. I'm not like worried about it or anything, but I like the kick out. I mean, I think Naji probably could have swung to max, and that's a much better shot.
Yeah,
but it's not like, Naji's 31% from three. I'd have to look up the numbers, but that's probably one of the better like top 4 percentages on the team, if I had to guess.
The bar is kind of low.
The bar is very low because your 2 lead guards don't shoot. That's like this biggest glaring weakness for this team when you watch them.
Yeah, Brandon Williams, so fast. And has clearly been enrolled in the school of Kyrie Irving with some of the moves and slow down, just all change of pace, all the stuff. But dude, him and Nembhard in a 3-point contest, I don't know who's winning that one.
Well, at least, so they're much different players because Nimby's like, I don't want to shoot this basketball. Like if I could snake this pick and roll and find a kick out or a lob, that's what if not, I'm coming off this thing. Like this ball is not going up. And B-Will's like, I am beelining to the basket. And if I have to kick out, I will kick out. But that's what's happening. So it's like, and then I'm just watching like, so neither of you guys are going to shoot. Like neither of you guys are going to take an open 3.
Yeah.
We're just going to have that problem. All right. That's a problem we have to navigate now.
Yeah. It's some of the defense stuff too for me I think it's just because we just watched, I just said this to you before we hit record, but it's like we watched Caleb Love tonight. We watched Keon Ellis and Russ the other night. I know Keontae George is going off right now in the league, but it's like we're playing against some of these like bad teams and their backcourts are just doing so good. It just feels like we're like circled on the schedule right now for any type of scoring guard, whether you're a 2-way guy or not. And it's like, all right, this is a game we're going to get back on track because Dallas is coming to town. Like Caleb Love, now's your time. Hit 6 threes, like get back on track. And they're really missing a point of attack defender so bad.
Yeah, and I mean, if we're just being honest about this team, like that was never Coop's strong point. And I think Coop has been good defensively, but his offense being as good as it is right now, to me, has overshadowed a little bit that maybe his defense isn't like earth-shattering as it stands currently. But I think that's more his defensive strengths are to play off other great defenders. And I think that's true with PJ as well, because I don't think PJ has been good defensively at all this year either. I don't think Naji, a big selling point for him was that he was supposed to be like, this point of attack, dirty work defender, which he did at times in New Orleans. Don't think he's really been that.
They've used him that whenever they don't start Max. They've used him kind of in that point of attack role, but it's still, there's still results. Like a little, there's still, and even like Cooper, it's like, you don't want Cooper chasing around a point guard out there all the time. Like, you need another guy to do that. So I'll be curious how they find that in a trade market. Or
your two lead guards, like Nimby's just too small and not athletic enough. Like he's going to get torched in the NBA. And my concern,
Ricochet guards? No.
No, he can't. My concern with Nimby really is I don't know if he has a superpower. Where I feel like if you're that size and stuff, you have to have at least one superpower to have like lasting power in the NBA. I don't know if he has it.
This is a deep cut for some like old school X-Men people. He's like Puck. But anyway.
Like JJ Barea was a pick and roll maestro.
Oh, maestro, yeah.
Like expert. And maybe Nimby can get to that.
Yeah, maybe.
You have to shoot. You got to punish screens. You got to punish guys who go under.
We're going to take another break, and then we'll come back and talk about just a plate full of random topics that who knows where we'll go. This podcast is brought to you by FanDuel. Fridays already feel different during the basketball season, and FanDuel is making them even better. Every Friday night before the game tips off, FanDuel gives fans a new way to kick off the weekend with NBA Happy Hour. NBA Happy Hour is your official pregame, a limited time window where special offers drop right inside the FanDuel app before the action starts. Fridays from 6 to 7:30 Eastern have become appointment viewing with NBA Happy Hour. Opening the FanDuel app during Happy Hour always brings something new, boost, bonuses, and surprises. I checked FanDuel odds 2 days ago, and it was like minus 3,600 for the Mavs not to make the playoffs.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So before tip off, check the FanDuel app, see what's dropping in an NBA Happy Hour every Friday from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Little basketball, little action, and a whole lot of Friday energy. That's NBA Happy Hour only on FanDuel, the official sports book partner of the NBA.
Shut it down! Let's go home!
All right, I'm here with Slightly. Guys, thanks for being a part of our Everydayer program. If you signed up for that, and you're getting access to a Discord, which we're interacting with throughout the week and during games. You're getting ad-free episodes. So thanks for doing that. Thanks for being subscribed to our Subtext Insider program. All the stuff supporting the show. Really appreciate it. If you haven't, it's all in the description of the show. NBA All-Star voting results. Do you care or not care?
Don't care.
Yes, let's go. Anybody that actually stood out to you and you're like, haha, that's kind of funny, or man, that sucks?
No, I mean, I never really care about these things.
Denny Avdia, speaking, has more votes than Kevin Durant and LeBron.
Yeah, I mean, international guys always get a boost.
No Daniel Gafford.
That one's shocking.
Yeah. Shout out to Becca and the crew over at the Mav socials.
I do actually have a question now that we're talking about this. LeBron being that low is actually insane. It makes me wonder how much does I just logged on and it's sorted by whatever it is they sort by, and boom, click, 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 click. Because LeBron is still LeBron's getting doubled up by Tyrese Maxey.
Is there a chance that LeBron doesn't make the All-Star game?
He should. I mean,
in LA,
he shouldn't. Let's just be clear.
There's no way they let that happen.
Yeah, but there's no chance he's not making the All-Star game. No chance. But he shouldn't.
Anthony Davis comes in at 13 on this list. He got more All-Star votes than Jamal Murray. This is the first ballot or first grouping that comes in.
That low?
I know Jamal Murray should be an All-Star this year. And no Cooper Flagg. I've seen some people online that's like really been trying to like kind of like own that push for Cooper and All-Star, but the latest or the last person on this list was Kawhi at 85,000, and Cooper was not in the top 20.
So I tried to entertain just as like all right, yeah, let me see if I can get Cooper Flagg, give you All-Star, because some of his games I'm like, you know what, he might just be an All-Star. But then you sit down and you write out, okay, this guy's gonna, and then it's like I don't see a world that exists in which.
Yeah, I got to look at these new rules too, with the 3 teams and international guys, and
so it seems like it's normal, but if there's not enough international guys, they'll step in and add somebody, and vice versa.
Interesting. So like, hey, we need one more. Dwight Powell, you free this weekend?
Yeah, but it won't affect how many American guys get in.
Okay.
So if an American guy just got in over another guy, but they needed to add an international guy, the American guy still gets in.
Okay.
And vice versa.
NBA should just hire you to make like educational videos on how does this work?
They really should. Sometimes it's not hard.
I asked this question to Tim Cato on yesterday's show, and fill in the blank here slightly. In 2026, the Mavs will blank.
Jeez, I don't even know. It's impossible to guess what this team will do. In 2026, the Mavs will have Jason Kidd as their GM.
Oh, all right.
And Anthony Davis will be traded at some point. I don't know if it'll be in February or in June or July.
I was going to say, I mean, we're in 2026 in like 48 hours or whatever it is.
I mean, there's no way he's on the team at the start of next season, right?
No. The thing I struggle with right now is the whole like waiting to the summer. And I know we've talked about, I purposely try to leave AD off this podcast because we've talked about it in the past like 2 or 3 days. We can only talk about the Hawks AD stuff so much. Even though Tim McMahon, gave, new stuff, I guess kind of newer stuff on his podcast. But the whole like wait till the summer crowd, and even I was pushing back on Cato yesterday, McMahon says on the Hoop Collective of like AD's camp, like they're not going to trade him to a team that's not going to give him an extension next summer. And he just, flatly says that it's like, this is driving some of the stuff more than anything of like, who is going to give him some type of extension. And that's where I'm just like, I don't know. I can't be convinced of like, dude, just wait till the summer. And I get it. It's easier, air quote, it's easier, but just wait till the summer. You're going to get a better package. I'm not convinced by it.
Yeah. I mean, time will tell, I guess. It depends on if these Eastern Conference teams talk themselves into it.
That's true.
If they can win this year.
Does this Jokic injury tonight, which I don't know how bad it is, does it change anything like as far as like direction some of the teams might take in the West?
So some of the Twitter doctors said that it looked like it probably was an ACL tear. But let's just say for the sake of conversation, it is a season-ending injury. No, I don't think much changes. Like, I had someone in my chat tonight who was like, "Well, the Nuggets probably tank, right?" And it's like, no, they're way too gone for that.
You're too far up.
And they'll be good enough to win games. Like, obviously, they're way out of championship contention at that point. Like, they're behind they're behind the Lakers, Timberwolves. Like, they're behind all those teams at that point.
You're in the play-in conversation at that point.
Yeah,
like that type of team,
right? But no, I don't think a team. Yeah, I don't think a team is like, oh, the Nuggets are down. It's our time now.
Yeah.
Maybe if the Spurs or one of those teams gets a little bit more aggressive.
Oh gosh, the Spurs Thunder stuff is fascinating right now. Is there? This could get dark in the last minutes here. Is there a way 2026 could be worse than 2025 for the Mavs?
Oh, I don't even want to say the ways it could be.
I don't even know. I don't know if there is a way. I mean, obviously it's centered around Cooper, but it's just like everything collectively that happened in 2025, which I think there'll be a lot of looking back on the next 48 hours, next 2 days with a lot of different Mavs people and content people. And it's just, I know I'm slightly biased in this, but I've just never seen a 12-month span for a sports franchise like this.
I mean, it's impossible to imagine it being worse, but I think you don't want to put it into the universe that it could be, because it could technically always get worse.
That's true. Yeah.
It'd be really hard. Really hard.
Dang. You got
Next
any New
to
Year's?
impossible.
What's your New Year's Eve plans?
Just gonna go to a friend's house.
Oh, getting wild?
No, probably not. Tech plays at 11 a.m. the next day, so
Oh, you gotta
be
play it
locked
safe.
in. Yeah. And then,
Okay.
of course, the Mavs play the Sixers that night.
So you got
that'll
like
be-
full day.
That'll be what most of America's watching.
Are you staying up till midnight?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, got to get that kiss in.
I've yet to not stay up till midnight once in my life.
Wait, like any night?
No. On New Year's Eve, I have yet to reach a point where I'm like, you know what?
No,
I've
same.
I've had nights like few in years past as I've gotten older. I'm like, I'm just gonna chill at home. Like I don't.
Yeah, there's nothing more that makes me feel older now than watching like one of those nights, and it's like all those, all the performers and stuff. Because I'm like still locked in, like, oh, I'm gonna watch the ball drop. I'm gonna watch all the coverage of it, and it's like, now we're going to LA, and it's some random person. I'm like, I don't know who you are.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dang, this makes me feel old.
Yeah, I agree. I never thought I'd reach this point with music where I literally never thought I thought I'd just always be kind of in the know.
Yep.
And
Same.
in recent years, I'm just like, I have no clue. They'll be like, this guy has 7 billion listeners on Spotify. And I'm like, I have never heard this song in my life.
New country star Riley Patterson is up here in Times Square. And it's like, what the crap? Who are
Riley
you?
Patterson?
No,
Is that a real person?
No, I just made it up.
Oh, I thought that. I'm not a country. I hate country music.
Yeah, spouting off the takes.
I couldn't tell you a country musician.
I could tell you musicians, but it's the country crap that like talks. That they talk and they don't sing. It's like, I went to the bar last night and my dog died. And this girl, and then they'll sing a verse, and then they'll come back, and then they'll just talk a little bit more. I'm like, this isn't a song. Like, this is like a spoken word.
Who's the guy who did the Fast Car remix or the cover?
You're asking.
Luke
I don't
Bryan?
listen to. I don't. No, I don't think it's Luke Bryan. Is it?
He was just at ACL whenever I was there. Luke K? No, he's big. But anyways,
Luke Combs. Luke Combs.
Combs?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have such a gripe with that where it's like, yeah, it's a pretty good cover, but like the original is way better.
Way better.
If your biggest song, your closing song at ACL that you're headlining, he was one of the last acts, is that cover? What does that say about you?
Or it's just a cover in general.
What does that say about you? Like, that was what I was saying. That everyone was calling me a hater. I'm like, I'm just being real. His best song, closing song, is a song from 30 years ago. That's way better.
All right, Ryan.
And he does a good job.
We'll end on this. If Ryan Seacrest calls you and it's like, hey, slightly, you can get anybody in the world to close it out. Last song before the ball drops. New York. Who should we go with? Who should we
Easy
call?
choice. Kate Bush. Close the show.
All right, there you go. That's another podcast. Slightly myself post game. I think Nick is back tomorrow from his family vacay, traveling the world and all of that. So yeah, there's that. We'll be back with another show soon, and we'll see when Anthony Davis gets traded.
Babushka.
Kate Bush. Now I gotta listen to